Okay, so we're having.
The monkey has spoken.
Why did I hear that? Why all of a sudden do I hear this girl, user in your channel has started recording?
Okay. So we've been having a discussion for the last hour about.
It started with me needing opposing views on my
Fetuses.
homework essay.
Yeah, what was the essay?
Abortion.
Fetuses.
Pro-abortion.
Okay, so yeah,
Sucking
and
fetuses.
we got sidetracked onto Amazon trees and then
That was
getting
my other
cut down,
topic
and
that I possibly would have written about.
it's
We were
gotten
talking
to the
about aborting
point-
trees.
It's gotten to the point where we now realize that we should fucking record this shit. So yeah, we're recording it. All right.
Someone
continue.
prefer to talk about aborting babies than cutting down the rainforest.
I want to make a shout out to my mom.
So yeah, the thing about the rainforest was that most of the trees that do grow back after you leave the stump, it doesn't sound like they're trees that you'd find in the Amazon. And we know that the Amazon produces most of our oxygen, and the fact that they're cutting it down, it's like going into your food store warehouse and just taking dumps and throwing it in your food.
You know what?
Right,
If
can
I
I
want
just ask for an
oxygen, I'll
example
just
of
go
a tree
sniff
that
the
grows
bark of
back?
the tree outside my house.
To
Right,
tell you
just
the truth,
stop.
it may come to a point where we need like oxygen breathers, because the percents, it's a 3% difference between we have enough air and we need to worry about how much air we have.
Right, no, that's not the problem. Right, the main problem if you cut in trees like that is that you're killing animals. You're wiping out species of animals that live in that rainforest. That's the problem.
Well, now,
Well,
it has
like I
been
said
proven
before,
that the
you argue with
Amazon
Americans
produces
'cause you get
most of
all-
our air.
Yeah, but you can't argue because when you was talking about abortion, Tyler was going on about fetuses and the feelings, which doesn't matter. That's obsolete because one, they don't have feelings. That doesn't matter.
I wasn't
But the
talking
next
about
thing,
fetuses'
you
feelings.
start talking about chopping trees down, and Kant starts talking about all the equipment they use to rip them out. You don't argue about that. That again is obsolete. You don't
Hey,
need to
to
know
go back to my
what
essay, I need a
equipment they
second
use to
opposing
rip a
view.
tree out.
No, it's
With your
not.
abortion
Fetus on the
or
paper.
religion, it's
No.
either for or against. If you're for, you're not. Well, obviously you can be a religious person, but if you're against, everybody who's against is probably a religious person because
I'm against it.
it's
I'm
all
not
in the
that
religion
religious.
where it says it's
Tyler,
bad.
turn that shit off.
No, but the reason
That's
why
it.
I mentioned the machinery was because of the economics behind the rainforest.
You should get the point of view from a fetus.
Tyler, turn it off. That's not a fetus noise. A fetus sounds like this.
Oh my fucking god!
That's what it sounds like when you
You
step on
sick
it.
motherfucker.
Why did I do that?
You just realized. And now fucking hundreds of people will get to hear that later on.
That's too
I am
far.
the fetus remover 5000.
Hundreds of people. How many people are going to be
Fetus
listening
remover
to this?
5000. Does one of your
I have
hands
no idea.
resemble an egg beater?
Affirmative.
Oh, good god.
I am his assistant.
Alright, so where were we?
I need another view that opposes my view that people who don't want to be parents are going to make bad children because of lacking household
That again,
loveliness.
100% just said nature versus nurture. I don't know if you did in
Don't
America.
write it down
you do
for
it in
me.
England.
Give me 10
What
sentences.
nature and nurture? All you gotta write down. You say whether the kid's gonna grow up to be a dick face. That's nature and nurture.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Stop it.
I could write down what Tyler was
Because
saying.
that is another
You
argument
cannot
itself.
predict how a human being will be unless they experience life. If you do not give them life, then they will never be able to experience just human nature in general. You'll be taking
Yeah,
that
but
away
you're
from
not
them.
talking about that. It's not about
And
cutting
who are
off
you to
someone's
decide the fate of
opportunity to
another human
live.
being?
Yeah, but it's not cutting off someone's opportunity to live because they don't even know.
Of course you are.
What was all right then? What was it like in your mum's womb? Do you even remember it?
It was red. And warm.
It was red,
and
it was
wet.
gushy, and I felt like I was floating.
Did you have something
See?
attached to your belly?
It was
Did you
weird.
did you try to choke yourself with it? I watched some shitty
Right, play
movie.
jump rope.
I watched some shitty movie where in the fetus, this girl killed her brother to death with her umbilical cord.
Purposely?
The next
It's the
movie I'm gonna
fetus.
make.
No, they didn't do it on purpose. It was just so. She's like, so I killed him, and the guy's like, no. It's just the way that the umbilical cord worked out. But it was like an evil spirit movie. It was pretty shitty.
Sounds shitty.
It was alright.
Yeah.
The best way to abort a
But
child is just run into a wall.
I'm
No,
not
it's
going to take
not.
you serious with that stupid voicing on. I'm not going to lie to you.
Fight me.
Come on, Tyler. Love how the conversation's gone dead now. Come on.
What?
There's
We
a
need
conversation
more
starter.
Argumentative.
No, I got
I
it.
forgot what I was arguing.
No,
I'm
I got his
hungry.
point. He's hungry for fetuses.
I want to eat a fetus.
He's hungry to be like what South Park did to Christopher Reeves, where he's sitting on a wheelchair and he's like, fetuses
Talk
make
before
me
you kill.
better. Yeah, stem cells. And then he became Superman and
I'm
started throwing
doing
cars
it.
around.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
What
Look,
do you
I'm
mean?
doing it.
What do you mean you're doing it? You're talking to your sister again.
Alright, you got to look in the morning. It's not time for it.
He's doing it. He's
Anyway,
going to
one point I
abort
just
the
want to make
fetus.
is that if society starts to normalize abortion, okay, it's going to become
already
something
has.
that becomes almost a daily thing. And if society
No.
starts killing off its own race, then we're eventually going to become very, not only
We
not
hardly
only
have
just
a wait. We
smaller
hardly have a trouble with
as a population, but also in a way less developed
Ari,
because
you-
we don't know the responsibility of holding a family.
Well,
It becomes the norm.
my cynical point of view in that we need less people on the planet because we don't have enough resources.
Yeah.
But
Go
my
kill
whole-
the genocide.
Hold on. My whole point of view, yes, I am related to Germans. My whole point of view is that this is not that it's supposed to be normalized. Normalizing this is wrong. Like an everyday thing, that's absurd and that's horrible. No, what I mean is like it should be allowed, just a choice, because we have.
But that's
enough...
normalizing it. That is
not normalizing. There
embracing
should
the
be
normalization of the prevention of life, not even just the killing. Because abortion can involve killing, but like people try to argue, and I try to sympathize, even though I don't believe it. But it's still preventing life. It's still preventing somebody from being able to have thought and being able to experience human nature. We're preventing that because of the personal choice of a human being who isn't responsible enough to take care of a child or who believes they're not responsible enough. You can't just predict the future. You can't. You can't predict the future.
My whole
How do you know
argument
what type
is
of
that
person they'll be?
there isn't going to be so much of a future when this child's born into a world that isn't good enough to make a good person or even a fulfilling life. Where I'm at that point for my essay where it's not a life if it's going to be a life. Regardless of if it's alive or not, there's only so much like do we need another homeless person? Do we need another rapist? Do we need That's my point.
But you can't prevent that. There could be a rich man, a very, very rich man who has a great family, who was born into a great family, who just decides to kill people on his day off. That's called mental
Romney.
illness. The whole
2012, Romney.
Oh God! Don't get me started, Alex. I'll go off on Obama how he's a fucking asshole.
Romney, he said, well, who cares if your house is going to get flooded? Just go to your next house.
What?
He doesn't understand how regular people live. He has too much money. A quarter. $25. Yeah, a quarter. What kind of quarter do you mean?
You honestly want to repeat of the last 4 years?
Yeah, I do. I like the last 4 years.
You like a $16 trillion deficit and over 23 million people out of work due to this administration, which has doubled since the beginning of his administration. You want to repeat that?
I also like the least amount of not home foreclosures, people getting kicked out of their homes, and the least amount of job unemployment in the last 5 years. I like that. I like that a lot.
What, are you serious, Alex?
I am serious.
23 million people are out of work, and that's not how it was when he first came into office. There was not 23 million people out of work. We're talking about abortion.
We're talking about black people, all right? We have a black man as president who hasn't gotten one hand worth of help because all the rich white people don't like him.
What?
He's been up.
He in the first parts of his fucking administration, he controlled the Senate, the Supreme Court, of all things, and he controlled the House of Representatives.
He hardly
And
controls
fucking passed
anything.
the healthcare
Everything
law.
he's been trying to do is like another smack in his face. Hey, I want to do this. You know, I got big ears, and I think this is a good idea. Well, fuck you. You're black. Well, it's been
No, it's
last
not.
4
And
years.
you think it's race? You think I don't agree with his
Most of it's
policies
race.
because of his race?
No, not you. I don't mean
No, but
you.
I have the same exact views as the people that call him a big-eared black asshole. And I don't think I'm not a racist.
I'm not calling
But
you
that's
racist.
what they're trying to play. That's how they picture people who disagree with Obama.
Most of his ideas are good. I like his ideas.
You're
His
kidding
ideas
me.
are long-term.
The
goodness.
economy's gotten 12 times worse under his administration. He's done absolutely nothing for the middle class. The middle class is being stretched beyond its capability to sustain itself under his administration. On top of that, our military forces are being stretched to their limits. The attacks on Libya, he was freaking in Las Vegas campaigning on the attacks in Libya and the day after. And you think he's a good president?
Nah,
He's a fucking asshole.
I think it's a little far.
No, he's not. That's not far at all. And that's not even stretching the truth. That is the truth.
So, a lot of people
And
are
I can go on
assholes.
for hours.
Sure you could. I don't know my points, though. I haven't been prepared.
Greg, being a British man, what is your feel about
Me and him
this
had to talk about this
opinion?
earlier.
Well, this is talk for the world now.
But we are recording. what is
My
your
asshole itches.
opinion? Is he even there? Greg! He's not there. Fucking shit. Right when we need somebody from
I
another
really
want to
watch Star
actually
Trek
try
now,
and
though.
speak.
Why?
What?
Because I that's what I was doing before I got wrapped into this conversation.
Oh, well, go watch Star Trek. We could talk to Taco and amaze the Star Child if she feels like fucking using her microphone on TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak!
Alright, if you need me, just poke me.
Alright.
Alright, I'm guessing that is the end of this topic.
No, it's not done yet. Taco, you're there. Taco.
He's not there.
Hey, asshole, I'm gonna poke him. Oh,
No
quiet.
one's fucking there.
I'm gonna poke him. I'm gonna poke him the words. Hey, asshole!
Alright, yeah, I'm cutting it off here.
Wait.
Why wait?
Everyone else was wrong. Alright, now you can cut it.
Oh, fucking Christ. Alright, yeah, goodbye, everybody.